Dear respected individuals and companions. Amidst the rapid development of our world and the escalating psychological illnesses, the pressures on mental well-being have grown increasingly burdensome for modern individuals within our interconnected society of today. In a connected society like ours, people are growing more apprehensive of the two words, loneliness and the fear of being alone. Numerous research reports about the detriments of loneliness are constantly being published in newspapers and various media channels. Over time, both society and individuals have come to regard loneliness as a negative and dreadful emotion. It's deemed unfortunate to experience it, and this perception has existed not only in our current society but also stretches back thousands of years. Even in ancient Greece, Aristotle asserted that having friends was a necessary condition for a good life. He claimed that without companions, one could not attain true happiness. However, a fundamental reality is that all of humanity's problems stem from our inability to accept loneliness. We despise monotony and fear becoming invisible, thus constantly seeking to escape from emotional issues. We resort to self-deception or external connections to evade these feelings. The crucial issue here is that humans have never truly learned how to be alone. There is a unique saying from the philosopher Zhuangzi, the perfect man of ancient times was the one who, after achieving personal fulfillment, would retire and spend the rest of his life in seclusion. This means that only by being comfortable with solitude can one become exceptional. This solitude refers to freedom, harmony, self-sufficiency, and self-improvement. It embodies the art of coexisting with oneself. In summary, it is paramount for individuals to learn how to embrace solitude. Only when we are at peace with ourselves can we attain greatness, as exemplified by the concept of nobility of solitude. The key lies in achieving self-liberation, internal harmony, and self-completion. This translates to living in harmony with one's own being. The great sage and theologian Rumi, one of the most eminent figures of his time, once said, "Don't feel lonely, the entire universe is within you." We must recognize that from a young age to adulthood, we have learned numerous ethical principles on how to coexist with others, integrate into society, and excel within the community. However, we have overlooked the most fundamental aspect, our own selves. The greatest adversary in one's life is often oneself. If AI could conquer the self, learn to coexist with its own being, it could triumph over everything. In such a state, loneliness would cease to be terrifying, it might even become an advantage, allowing us to escape the clamor of the crowd and distance ourselves from invaluable relationships. By maintaining a balanced mindset and pursuing individual goals, solitude transforms into a sought-after destination, a point where the soul ceaselessly searches. Accepting loneliness as a part of life becomes crucial. In a world where everything is interconnected, except our own selves, the reality of being alone is significantly distinct. If you cannot endure being alone, you will never truly understand yourself. Don't assume that the world's exuberance can cloak your personal predicaments. This implies that the troubles you seek to conceal will not dissipate on their own. Most people believe they know themselves too well, comprehending their own issues, and understanding their emotions. However, in truth, very few possess the capability to achieve that. Since ancient times, those regarded as virtuous individuals have chosen monasteries, mountain retreats, or cave dwellings, departing from the bustling and vibrant life to live a simpler existence. Lie within that realm, not only possessing intellect and elevated moral consciousness but also finding genuine happiness when life is liberated from materialistic pursuits. Yet, there are so very few who can truly live this way. It's truly remarkable, how can one achieve that? When you transcend those boundaries, you'll realize that loneliness isn't as monumental an issue. The weariness and the sense of solitude can even have positive impacts when you're ready to immerse yourself in tranquility. The world becomes more abundant and distinct. Opting for solitude holds value in one's life. If you have the chance to accompany a fellow traveler, be it for a month, a year, or even 15 days, it's a form of fortune. However, ultimately, only oneself can complete their own journey. You must master your own destiny before you can live well. As the scholar Einstein once said, those with extraordinary minds must always face severe criticism from those with ordinary intellect. Someone who dreams and acts to turn those dreams into reality possesses the ability and greatness to excel beyond others. They are compelled to become different. They dare to step out of the ordinary, the monotonous, the daily errors, the shattered dreams. Trivial concerns like reputation, status, material possessions, degrees, women, or fine wines consume the majority. They're ensnared in their petty anxieties, fearing success, a limited account that needs to be fought over and trampled upon to seize. Contrary to them, those with extraordinary minds see through the logic that being different equates to loneliness, but it also signifies freedom. Their talent will bring prosperity, a deserving and cherished one. It's been said that a crowded gathering is indeed a place for many lonely souls, while solitude is where freedom resides. When alone, one truly perceives their most authentic self and releases the inner soul. It can be seen that changing one's attitude towards facing loneliness with a serene spirit is the way to truly realize. The majority of human life is closely intertwined with solitude. The most delightful game during this time of solitude is the ceaseless effort towards growth. This is the period that adds the most value to a person. Loneliness compels you to focus all your attention on yourself and to make dedicated efforts on the path of development without being distracted by external factors. The average person fills their life with excitement. Exceptional individuals choose to achieve self-discovery through solitude. It's a stance of self-adjustment, a form of showcasing independent personality. Being alone isn't eccentric. Being alone can be a preference. When alone, we can think, return to our true essence, and achieve inner harmony. Being alone is an art of authentic living. Being alone is also a form of power, as important as socializing with others. Those who enjoy being alone don't mean they're not sociable. It's just that they know what they want, and they know that to attain their desires, they must let go of superficialities at the right time. Knowing how to embrace loneliness is a form of wisdom. The German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer once said, "Only in solitude can man truly be himself." If AI doesn't love loneliness, it doesn't love freedom. Because only in loneliness can a person truly be free. We can travel the world together, but we can only journey to the ends of the earth and the corners of our souls alone. In the realm of solitude, one can return quietly, explore oneself. Thus, loneliness is indeed a wonder. Especially enduring loneliness alone, enduring the ups and downs, the miseries of life without the need to complain or blame. With AI, without the need for comfort, it's these sorrows, humiliations, and difficulties that make us stronger. Just like mud and foul odor help the lotus bloom fragrantly. The enlightened sage who has attained the Tao left behind two verses in the poem, Thuong Tien Tu, which can be translated as follows: "In ancient times, the saints were all reclusive, only the extraordinary ones were renowned." Why were the saints of old so extraordinary? Because they saw through all worldly matters, withdrew from the realm of illusions, and embraced the tranquil state like a calm lake. Enjoying solitude is a gentle and pleasant joy, unrelated to material things or preferences, unaffected by ambition or desire. It stems from the inner self of individuals, with an open heart, tranquility, and self-mastery. Enjoying solitude is also a display of courage. As we stride through life, we can appreciate the speed when it's swift and relish the scenery when it's slow. We're not blinded by vanity, deceived by illusions, or hidden in deceit. It's the courage of humility and elegance combined with wisdom and sagacity. Ambition and desire can easily cause people to stumble, but the enlightened beings won't fall into this endless cycle. In the river of life, they maintain integrity and refuse to degrade themselves. Hence, occasional solitude is inevitable. In the past, the Buddha sat facing a rock wall for 9 years before attaining enlightenment. Beings like him won't be affected by human illusions, nor will they chase after ordinary pleasures. They're resolute in pursuing the true meaning of life. Everything in this world is impermanent, thus, they never deem happiness, suffering, gain, or loss as essential. They understand that all things and beings are interconnected by karma. However, they view everything in a different light. To them, these things are ephemeral. In the eyes of the ordinary, these enlightened individuals might seem unconventional and solitary. Instead of saying the wise are lonely, consider that the wise choose solitude. Furthermore, being alone makes one resolute, not relying on others' strength and not being swayed by others' opinions. Therefore, treasure moments of solitude, living authentically with oneself, and accomplishing personal achievements during fixed periods. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel to hear more content in the future.